Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our driver career mode, and we are here for round 2 of the Chinese Grand Prix, where it's a sprint weekend, and that's definitely going to spice up some more opportunities to get some points. Now, if you weren't tuned in for last episode, I'd say check it out. Definitely check it out. I will leave it on the top right for you to see, but not necessarily spoilers, but kind of a realistic slap to the face, I'd say. We had a chance of getting some points, but then our engine gave way, and that cost us to be out of the points and out of this race. Not what we wanted, but it's something we have to move forward and try and improve on. Definitely have to make some room with the reliability. But anyways, we jumped straight into sprint qualifying, not really wasting any more time. We just want to get that done as possible, as quickly as we can. And you can see the first couple of corners, not necessarily the best, to my standards at least, but I was mainly just focusing on the battery management, because as you can see, we're heading to the long back straight of Sector 3, and this is where you have to be very crucial with your battery management, because otherwise you'll just be a sitting duck. And I've had that many times throughout practicing on Grand Prix and even online, so as you can see, the battery is not necessarily depleting as much as I expected, but we have the straight mode and 30 to 40% battery to manage. Going into the second to last corner, you can see I've got 66 battery that I can play with, 66%. Round the final corner we go, I'm going to absolutely send it, slightly understeering off, manage to keep the car across the white lines, across the line we go, and it's going to be P10, 3 tenths, almost 4 tenths off pole position. I definitely know that there's time to be found, and I can see as we're almost 2 tenths up, going into Sector 3. Same situation we were last time, just trying to get the car around the corners and not dip the tires on the grass. This corner here, I always seem to get the car a little loosey-goosey, and as you can see, I also did the same thing, which is not fun. I don't know why I struggled to have traction issues throughout that corner, but that definitely did cost me a lot of time, especially going down the straight. But anyway, across the line we go. It's going to be pump last. I mean, that's to be expected, but I didn't expect us to be that slow. My qualifying pace has been very unusually slow, like slower than I thought, but apparently there's been a bug as well where people are complaining how the AI does not burn battery throughout the qualifying sessions, so that's something to be noted. But anyways, moving on to the actual sprint itself, it's going to be a 7-lap shootout. We're going to be rocking the medium tires through the race, definitely not picking the softs. We want to make sure we actually have as much tyre as we can, so safe to go with that. My race pace has actually been not as bad as I thought, but qualifying pace is something else. But I don't know if it's me or if it's just the AI being OP, or if it's a bit of both. I don't know. Still having to adjust to this regulations and change my driving style as well. Manage more battery. The battery management is very annoying for me personally, but you gotta adapt and get used to that.
The final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Honestly, not expecting to get any points this sprint, but let's just see how fast this car can be, and let's just see how the AI is also going to act. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to pull away and we're just going to be stuck in our own race, or if it's just going to be, I don't know, some tight competition. Only time to tell, we'll see. I don't know. We've been solid at our race start, so as long as we get a good launch off the line, we should be able to make some overtakes throughout the first sector. And the first turn is actually not a bad corner to do so. So fingers crossed as we go on to the start grid box. We prepare ourselves for a 7-lap shootout, 5 red lights. And we are underway for the Chinese sprint, getting up to a very decent start against Colapinto as he's slow off the line. We could be able to just make a move. We've got the 2 Audis and the Aston Martin head almost going into the side of Lance Stroll. We could see an open opportunity. We're going to send it down the inside against like 3 cars. I don't know how many cars we just overtook there in like the first corner, but we managed to overtake almost our teammate. But no, Perez has the inside line, gets away decently as well. Fernando Alonso battling Oliver Behrman behind him, could potentially make a move on the outside into turn 3 of Sergio Perez, our teammate. Gasly is pulling away with Sainz. It's a battle for traction here between me and Checo. We managed to get the edge on that with the help of Boost as we go into turn 7 and 8. One sector I not necessarily like with traction and tyres, but so far it seems to be alright into lap 1. Making a lot of positions throughout the first 9 corners of the circuit. As we head to the longest straight of the circuit, we are gaining on Carlos Sainz. We move to the inside, try to get him to move along, he does, and we're going to go to the outside, down the inside as well. We're going to try and make a move on Gasly, almost Could have ended horribly, but managed to slow the car down in time. We're up into P13. We've got Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson ahead of us. So, from 22nd on the grid, all the way to P13 in an entire lap. I'd say, brilliant start. What we'd exactly like to see. Hopefully we can keep up the momentum and get some more overtakes done, but we have a Red Bull ahead of us, and a Ferrari as well. Charles Leclerc in P10. Anyway, fast forward into lap 4, not much has really happened. We've got Isaac Hadjar and Imblad battling. Lawson managed to overtake those two. So with these two holding each other up, they're still going to go side by side to the final corner. That opens up an opportunity for us to use the boost and get past not one but two of the cars. Enter lap 5. And we've got the Alpine as well for Gasly.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking
Just
care.
for a second, I thought Mark was going to say that we had an issue. Still getting a bit of fear from last race. But anyways, we're up into P11. Hopefully we can keep on to this position. But anyways, we have Liam Lawson and Arvid Lindblad both in front and behind. We're in a V-carb sandwich. Hopefully we can break that as we get ready to send it down the inside of Liam Lawson. We're able to stop the car in time, just about, keeping the car on the white lines. And with that, we get a hefty amount of boost that we can use on the start-finish straight. Lawson was side by side with us, but he eventually backs out as we go into the final corner. Car was a bit stuck on the curb there, so that kind of compromised our exit. Lawson just flies by with the straight and boost mode. So that's to be expected. You'll be seeing a lot of this yo-yo effect. But anyways, the battle is still not over yet. Lap 6 of 7. I can already hear the memes in the comments saying that. Hopefully we can snatch back that position. We still have a long way to go. Cars get a bit slidey there as well. That will be a bit of a habit in some of these corners. But entering the final lap, or should I say the final 3 corners, and the final lap, Oscar Piastri wins the sprint. We absolutely drained the battery. We couldn't catch Lawson at the end, but it's alright. We wasn't going to get any points anyway. Round the final corner we go to take the checkered flag, and it's P11 for us.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
At least we know that we have the race pace to fight against the others, despite being at the back of the grid. And we also get driver of the day as well. So, happy days. But yeah, good thing to take out of this sprint race. I don't even know where our teammate finished, but it's a McLaren 1-2 for Oscar and Lando. So that's a good start for the McLaren boys as they get 15 points in total just from this sprint weekend alone. Sergio Perez in P17 and both Audis in 18th and 19th. I thought they'd be quicker, to be fair, but anyways, on to the main event, qualified. This is where we need to just maximize the performance of this car. And hopefully we can get a decent lap that could be at least out of the top 20. Because I know this is a new team and that this car is not going to be the best. But there's no way we're this slow. And there's no way I'm this slow. But anyway, to see here going past Verstappen almost going into us there. Surprising. I knew he was going to get out of the way, but I didn't expect him to almost hit into me. But anyway, going into the 10th corner of this track, we're not really using an overtake. So you can see my battery management has been awful this lap. Going into turn 14, 40% battery. This is not what we needed because I'm not even using the battery and it's already depleted rapidly. So as we go to the start-finish straight, have no battery, but it was 7/10 off the pace. I'm definitely putting that down to my lack of battery management usage. But next lap, as you can see, we are basically even out. The battery, we have a bit more, but still, I don't know what's going on. But we're going to have to save a lot of battery throughout the race, especially for this straight, because as you can see, I had to do a bit of lift and coaster going into turn 14, and still it's 40% battery, so basically we're screwed. Because despite me lifting and coasting a lot this lap, still I'm able to save some, and we go almost off the track again. That curb is not friendly. But we're 20th, 3/10 behind Stroll, and that's all she wrote. Oscar Piastri on pole position once again, I believe. I don't even remember if he was on pole for the sprint. But Sergio Perez in P17 beating us again in qualifying. I honestly expected Audi to be further up, considering they're a faster team on paper. Anyway, going into the strategy, going into the race, it's going to be a cloudy race with a one-stop. Looking at all the other drivers, mediums and hards with only a few going on softs. I'm surprised they actually went on softs. They're going to go very aggressive. Fingers crossed, we can actually get some points this race. I know that we have pace. Battery management is something we need to improve. I'm not really expecting much. I'm just going to try. But Perez got a penalty as well. You can see he's behind us on the grid. So I don't know why. I think he had a component changed. That definitely held us back as a team a little, but we've got to get on with the job. So as we pull to our pit box, we are ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. The main event as the Haas is the last driver to pull into the pit box. We can finally get ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. 5 red lights in Shanghai. It's lights out and away we go. Get off to a better start than we did in the sprint race. Doing the same thing that we did with the boost. Getting a good start against Alonso and Stroll. And potentially Bortoleto. We're going to basically do the same thing that we did. Just like in the sprint race. But there was a gap there. But I don't know why I didn't even decide to go for it. Meanwhile, up ahead, Hamilton and Albon going side by side. And Russell and also Lando Norris going side by side as well. Oscar Piastri and Verstappen lead the way. You can see the Mercedes creeping in, trying to look for an overtake. Hamilton goes down the inside of Albon. Russell tries to go down the outside. That didn't end up working. Smooth sails for the papaya up ahead. Hamilton eventually gets past and he's up into 3rd place. Albon Norris follows through. We make some positions up. We're in 14th position. We've got Colin Pinto and Lawson up ahead. Just like in the sprint race, a decent start for us, if not an amazing start. And this time, the pack is more bunched up together and we're seeing more overtaking action than we did in the sprint. You can see Oliver Behrman and Arvid Lindblad side by side through turn 10. But this time, we have a lot of boosts to play for. You can see Colin Pinto and Lawson also trying to make a move. They go slowly. We go past one Alpine. We're going to go around the outside of Liam Lawson to take 12th position. And now we're going to turn 12, soon to be 13, as we go into sector 3, and almost an endless right-hand turn, it feels like, every time I go around this corner. But as we go to the back straight, we're going to absolutely destroy all of the battery that we have, try and pull away from Lawson and Colapinto, and we seem to be doing a good job. Meanwhile, we also have a chance to potentially make an overtake on Arvid Lindblad. As we go down the inside, we're going to absolutely send it like we did on Liam Lawson in the sprint race, and we make the move much better than we did. Managed to keep the car on track, and that is a lovely lap 1. Up into P11, round the final corner we go. Oscar Piastri sets the fastest lap of this race. We have overtake mode enabled, so we have that extra bit of power, which is going to be very useful. We gain on Oliver Behrman. Down the inside we go into turn 1, almost understeering into his side pod there. Or the little front, I don't even know what that's called. But down the inside we go of Oliver Behrman. Our car was ghosted there. That tends to happen after lap 1, I don't know why. Even though I have it off. But anyway, we make the move. We were going to make that move anyway. We're currently up into P10, but for how much longer? We have the boost enabled. Oliver Behrman also has the boost. He tries to make a move around the outside as we go into turn 6. Make it stick. Don't have to worry about him no longer. And we clear the Haas, and we are up into 10th. Moving on to lap 5. We're gaining on Carlos Sainz. We managed to have a 2-second gap away from the Haas behind, so he's not much of a problem. Carlos Sainz up ahead, meanwhile, could potentially be a problem. That Williams is much faster than us and potentially has better aerodynamics. They've been qualifying well and have good results. So, fingers crossed we could spoil the party and kind of gain on them. We drain the battery. We have no boost, but we have straight mode, which helps us a bit. To make some progress on Carlos Sainz, we're currently 2 tenths behind. Try to make a move down the inside. We have the momentum. We're going to absolutely send it down the inside. That is a lovely maneuver to do, and we have almost 70% battery as well, just from that corner alone. So that's a good place to recharge. As we go into turn 10, we've got Carlos Sainz behind us. He's gaining momentum. He could potentially make a move down into turn 11, and he goes for the move. But that's fine by me. I'm trying to harvest some battery so that I can drain it on the straight. This is one corner and one section that you have to manage your battery really well. Otherwise, you're just going to be a sitting duck. As we go into the back straight, boost enabled, straight mode enabled, the perfect combination. We're going to absolutely drain the battery. Fingers crossed, we can send it into turn 14. We have the momentum, we're gaining on Sainz. Do we have enough room? That's the question. We're going to send it anyway, down the inside, making a bit of contact, barging him out of the way. Are we still going to make the move? We're going side by side. One of us has to back out. Carlos Sainz backs out, and it was a bit dirty. We got a tire on the grass, but we still managed to make the place. And we're up into 9th place. Absolute scenes we're hearing. Albon up ahead. Meanwhile, as we go into the next lap, Lando Norris boxes, we're catching up to Albon. We could potentially do the same thing as we did on Carlos Sainz, but this time Albon's just too far, but that's not going to stop us from going down this corner on the inside line, just like that. We overtake both Williams, and we are up into P7 currently. Little slide around the exit of turn 3, and this time, it's just the Williams that have to fight each other. We ain't even got to worry as Carlos Sainz tries to go around the outside of his teammate Alex Albon into turn 6. Will he make it stick? You don't often see moves that go around the outside. Carlos Sainz might be one of them, and he does. Side by side, turns into the outside, and Sainz overtakes. And that's it. So those two are going to be battling it out. Meanwhile, we're up into lap 9. Everyone seems to be boxing around this lap. We have to stay ahead of Sainz until lap 12. That should be no biggie. We're up into 4th currently. Our pit window doesn't open until lap 12 or lap 11. I'm not entirely sure. But so far, good progress. Speaking of that, we're in the pits now. Lap 11, almost doing what Hamilton did in 2007. Boxing, just about stopping the car in time. We need a good pit stop because potentially we have a good chance at scoring some points. And we need those points, especially for the fact that we could have gotten points last race, but we had an engine failure. This time round, things need to be going our way. Into the pits we go. We get a nice overhead shot. See the pit crew doing their job. Lovely fast stop. 2.4, we'll take that. Where are we going to come out? We're going to come out in P14, Albon and the Arvid Lindblad pits. So we ain't got to worry about those guys. We slot in behind. Kimi Antonelli almost 6 seconds up the road. We just got to play the long game and see where we end up later on. So far, our race has been good. We just need to do a strong outlap and hopefully make some positions. There's people that need to do a pit stop as well. As there's a yellow flag up ahead near turn 14. I think someone stopped their car. I'm not sure if they retired or not, but a safety car's been deployed. This is definitely going to spice it up. And that's Isaac Hadjar who stopped. Don't know why or how. Not sure if he has a DNF. He hasn't retired. But you see there's people diving into the pits. We have a replay here. As you can see, Hadjar just spun the car, which is a very odd place to spin the car. Reverses it, but I don't know why he just didn't carry on. He just stopped in the road, pulled out the safety car. But anyway, many people, including our teammate, dive into the pits. We get past and we are up into 8th place, currently in the points provisionally. This definitely opens up our opportunities to get some points in. And just one lap later, the safety car comes in, so the safety car wasn't even out that long. So at least it gives us 6 racing laps to be able to get at least a couple more points, hopefully. We just got to make the most out of this result. As the safety car dives into the pit lane, we prepare to resume racing. Russell leads the way with Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. We go around the final corner. We have a full battery to use, straight mode enabled. We go to the outside of Kimi Antonelli. We already made the move up to P7 on the start finish straight. Lovely maneuver. We've got 5 racing laps to go. We've got Charles Leclerc ahead of us next, with Oscar Piastri also ahead of Charles Leclerc. Russell leads from Norris Verstappen. Surprisingly, Verstappen's up into P3 considering how iffy the car is, but not bad for Red Bull. Russell leads comfortably. Hamilton has Oscar Piastri for company as Piastri tries to go round the outside. Will he be able to make the move stick just like Carlos Sainz? It's going to make it work though. Hamilton gets a bad launch. Oscar Piastri, from the looks of it, does get past. Russell is putting away. Piastri does get past and he's up into 4th place. McLaren is seeming very competitive compared to how they are in real life. At least Norris is up into the 2nd place, being able to potentially fight for the race win here. Meanwhile, we're stuck behind the 2 Ferraris, and we've got Verstappen and Piastri also as well. Those 2 could be scrapping it for the next couple of laps remaining. As there's a yellow flag in the back, I don't know what's happening there. That looks like one of the Audis stopping, or something's happening back. I'm not entirely sure, and it is one of the Audis. It's Gabriel Bortoletto, and he's out of this race. Oscar Piastri, I think he was just side by side there with Verstappen. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, that compromises exit for a bit and gives Verstappen that opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, here goes the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Go down the inside into turn 14 of George Russell. Russell moves to 2nd. Also, Verstappen making moves on Lando Norris as well. It's all kicking off here for the Papaya fans and the Papaya team. Oscar Piastri leads with 3 laps to go. Verstappen gets ahead of Lando Norris. But I don't think the battle's quite over yet. We've seen this happen. And look at this. Russell making a move into 1. Norris going on the outside of Verstappen like we did a couple laps ago. Norris is in 3rd place and Piastri back in 2nd place. We're seeing it all kick off for like the next 2 laps remaining, and it's still not over. We're side by side with Charles Leclerc, potentially making a move into turn 3, and we do. Heading out the exit of turn 4, do we have enough traction to make the move stick? No, we don't. Leclerc goes round the outside with the help of boost. Straight mode enabled. We have the boost. We have that help in hand. We go round the outside into turn 6. We've seen this happen previously. We're going to try and be the 3rd to do it. We managed to make the move stick. Is it done? Yes, it is. You can see in our wing mirror, Leclerc sails behind, and we're up into 6th place in a Cadillac. Unbelievable stuff. We just have to hope that our engine doesn't blow up again. Otherwise, that would be very unfortunate. But following the battle for 3rd place, we have Verstappen, Norris, and Hamilton. Norris tries to go round the outside into turn 14. Is he able to have enough traction to make that move stick? Hamilton is very close behind. He could potentially sneak through these 2. Norris and Verstappen going side by side into the final corner. Norris pushes Verstappen off almost. That gives us an opportunity for Hamilton as Verstappen's exit has been compromised. Hamilton gets past 1 car, could potentially get past 2. Boost and straight mode enabled. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Down the inside goes Lewis Hamilton on Lando Norris. Lando tries to hold it around the outside, but is unable to do so. The Ferrari is up into third. We're seeing all excitement happen within the second to last lap of this race. A little bit of debris happening. I don't know what's going on, but that gives us an opportunity to potentially make a move, maybe not. Verstappen is just a bit too close. We could send it, but don't really want to take any risks. We're right behind the Red Bull though, but what are the chances of us overtaking the Red Bull in the second to last lap? Slim, but not too slim. We might just have to hold off here, and we end up doing. Round the final corner, Oscar Piastri goes to win the first race for McLaren of the 26th season. Russell follows behind, and Hamilton takes the last podium spot. And for us, it's 6th place in a Cadillac, our first points of the season.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
I think it's safe to say, despite it only being the second race, we are the #1 driver. We proved our point. We got Cadillac's first points, and with that, we got 2 driver of the days in the weekend. Lovely result, boys.
Oscar Piastri, take a bow. What a performance, what a win.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. And your winner today, the man from down under, congratulations, Oscar Piastri.
And with that, the Chinese Grand Prix weekend is done and dusted. We managed to bring home 8 points in 8th place. Lovely job. Oscar Piastri manages to get 33 points ahead of George Russell. Perez finishes 15th. I think he also finished 15th in the sprint. I don't actually remember. But still, Russell leads the championship. Antonelli and Piastri are tied on points, with Norris behind with 1 point difference. Mercedes lead the constructors. McLaren follow behind. We might be seeing a little cheeky title fight with McLaren. Only time will tell. But that's going to be it for episode 2 of this F1 driver career mode. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy this series. Many more episodes to come. Let's get ready for Japan. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you lot in the next video.